is News 25 with Stacy Jensen. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
And welcome to KPVM News 25 and Ace Country Radio. It is Friday, January 20th, and I'm Stacy Jensen. Deanna has the night off. Well, according to an FBI missing persons bulletin, there is a missing 77-year-old Las Vegas man. Johnny or John Wines was reported missing in early November of 2022 and was last seen on November 4th. He has not had any contact with family or loved ones since that date, but was last known to have traveled from Las Vegas to San Diego, California, and was last seen in San Diego going into Tijuana, Mexico. Wines may have no means of contacting those he knows. He may also have no money and may be in need of assistance. He was last seen wearing a brown button-up long-sleeve shirt, gray sweatpants, and brown shoes. He is described as 6'1" and approximately 183 pounds. If you have any information concerning this person, please contact the local FBI office or Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's Missing Persons. And it's no secret that egg prices are the highest we have ever seen. Well, customers are shelling out extra money, this for the per dozen eggs.
Instacart released a report stating that Nevada is number 4 in the highest egg prices in the country, where the average cost of eggs per dozen is around $6.07. The top 5 states spending the most average cost on 1 dozen eggs are Hawaii at $9.73, Florida at $6.36, Alabama $6.12, Nevada $6.07, and California at $6.05. Instacart reports that the price customers have spent on a dozen eggs has increased by 54% year over year, comparing December 2022 to December 2021.
Well, it looks like Universal Theme Parks and Resorts is bringing a new year-round Halloween exhibit to Las Vegas. Here's Mickey Ruin with more.
Straight from Universal Parks and Resorts, the creators of Halloween Horror Nights, the world's most popular global Halloween event, comes a brand new permanent entertainment experience in Las Vegas. This original concept will bring to life Universal's vast library of classic horror films and today's most terrifying tales. Universal's new year-round horror experience will be the anchor tenant in a new 20-acre expansion of Las Vegas's immersive Area 15 entertainment district that initially opened to the public in September of 2020 and has attracted more than 4 million visitors since that time. Occupying a 110,000 square foot space, the new Universal experience is an innovative, creative complement to Area 15's roots in experimental art and entertainment. Area 15 is home to some attractions like The Spine, Omega Mart, The Portal, and Bertley. Area 15 is an immersive playground all rolled into a vast and vibrant space, where you can throw an axe, wander through a bamboo volcano, race on a zipline, or explore other mesmerizing realms.
And a female has given authorities a different name to avoid arrest. Here's more on that story.
On January 12th of this year, Nevada Highway Patrol received a call for an attempt to locate a vehicle for burglary charges from Las Vegas, and the suspect was headed towards Pahrump. Troopers learned that TJ Maxx retail crime investigators were following the suspect vehicle involved in a burglary at their store. Police later saw the vehicle matching the description and initiated a traffic stop. During that stop, officers made contact with a female passenger who allegedly told police her name is Amanda Stephenson. The trooper learned from TJ Maxx investigators that the passenger's name is Angela Wanta. Police saw in plain view of the vehicle was the stolen property from the burglary in Las Vegas, a burglary tool of a magnet and wire cutters to remove alarm tags from merchandise was found in the vehicle. According to the arrest report, the merchandise located in the back seat of the vehicle was confirmed to be stolen from TJ Maxx in Las Vegas. Wanta was placed into custody, and during the search, law enforcement found a glass pipe in her pants with a crystal crystal-like substance inside. In the officer's report, they believe the substance to be methamphetamine. Wanta was transported to the Nye County Detention Center for the alleged charges of possession of stolen property, possession of burglary tools, using another's identity to avoid prosecution, possession of controlled substance, and transporting controlled substance.
And we'll be back with more News 25 right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, welcome back. We had a chance to catch up with Kathy McKenna to talk to News 25 about the No to Abuse program here in Pahrump.
So No to Abuse is our domestic violence and sexual assault program. We also couple elder abuse underneath there as well. We work very closely with numerous partners in the community for those individuals that are experiencing it, whether it's man or woman, whether they're young or old. Sadly, that is something that affects all walks of life. We have advocates here on staff that help with legal advocacy, they help with medical advocacy. We do take them for SANE exams, so we try to handhold and walk them through the process to make sure that this doesn't happen not only to them and their family and their children, but to others. It's our regular office number. It's 775-751-1118.
And Nye County Clerk Mark Kemp gives us a review of the 2022 general election, as well as presents future considerations for the 3 elections next year, including a new presidential preference primary in 2024.
As you can see, we had a very good turnout relative to the last midterm. We went from 60.4% to 61.8%. As you can see, we had an increase of 2,362 voter registrations between the primary and the general election. Unfortunately, the majority of those did not vote. Matter of fact, of those, 1,377 did not vote. We tallied over 17,700 ballots over an 8-day period, 2,200 ballots a day, which says to me that we could have got the job done had we not been slowed down. We were 99.89% accurate compared to the tabulation process, and the differences were largely due to the 5% sensitivity that that the tabulators used to identify a vote. So in the future, we need to fix our precinct boundaries because we have some precincts that are in excess of the 5,000 limit. We have precincts that have 50 voters in it, and so it really needs to be redone. We need to evaluate whether we want to do a full hand count, a full parallel process, some hybrid, or look at alternative vote verification systems, which I'm doing research every single day as I push this forward to research alternatives that give us the same effect as doing a full hand count, but there's a lot of ways that we can get this and continue to restore voters' confidence. I want to expand early voting locations so that we don't have the mob we have on election day at the Bob Roode Center, because there's way too many people that rely on that for their voting, and because we're going to paper ballots, we can get voting closer to the residents. I want to expand election day polling locations in Pahrump, if we can, because if anyone notices, we shouldn't have to wait 2.5 hours in line to vote in the rain. And so I would like to look at providing shelter for voters from heat and rain. How about a tent? A big tent that people can stand in, because in the summer it's too hot, and in the winter there's a good chance that we have rain. And then for next year, in 2024, we're going to have 3 elections. A regular primary and general election, but for the first time the legislature in this state has voted to have a presidential preference primary, which will be on February 6th. Early voting starts on January 25th, and it will be to select the presidential primary candidates. So fortunately, the hard costs of this are paid for by the state. Unfortunately, the soft costs, which is the time and resources of our staff, are going to be put into this. So in the utilization of our resources, it's sort of an unfunded mandate. So there'll be more to come on this and how we're going to proceed and get this done.
And avoiding one of the leading causes of home fire deaths is improper heating. Well, often these improper heating leads to home fire deaths, and we cover winter heating safety in this story with a Las Vegas fire and rescue fire inspector. From preventing chimney fires to preventing kitchen fires to how to choose a safe space heater, we have you covered. We also talk about pet injuries that can be caused by careless heating mistakes, with home heating being one of the leading causes of home fires and home fire deaths. This is a story you'll want to watch.
It's winter, and one of the popular traditions of the season is a warm, glowing fire in the fireplace. But if used improperly, that tradition can quickly spark a tragedy.
The National Fire Protection Agency says approximately 500 people a year in the United States die from heating fires in their home. So that's a lot of people just from trying to heat their homes in an unsafe manner.
Melanie Denon of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue says heating fires are the number 3 cause of home fire deaths in our country. And we're in the heat of the season. Most of these fires occur December through February. We asked her for some tips to stay safe while staying warm, starting with the fireplace. Gas or wood burning.
You want to make sure that you have a screen in place, and you want to keep things away from the fireplace at least 3 feet that can burn. So whether it be pet toys, a dog bed, a rug, anything like that, you want to make sure it's not too close. Even pets can get burned if you put it right up next to it and they happen to put their tail or their paw in it, not realizing what it is.
And whether it's wood burning or gas, it needs to be cleaned professionally once a year. If it's wood burning, ashes and charred wood need to be removed throughout the winter.
And then you want to scoop them out and put them into a metal container, like a metal bucket with a lid. You can actually buy them at a lot of hardware stores. And you want to make sure that you store that at least 10 feet away from your home, just in case something in there smolders and reignites.
Whether for ambiance or heat, fireplaces are safe if used and maintained properly. But many rely on other sources to stay warm in their homes, like space heaters.
Space heaters are the #1 cause of heating fires in the home.
Denon says they can provide safe heat if you find the right space heater and keep it 3 to 5 feet away from anything flammable.
Blankets, bedding, couches, drapery, rugs. And if you use a space heater, you should buy one that has a trip switch. So if you accidentally kick it over as you leave the room or anything, it will turn off. And you can see that it shut itself off. So it does have like a fan to cool it down, but it does shut itself off when it tips over.
Another source of heat people sometimes turn to is in the kitchen, which Denon says should only be used for cooking.
Melanie, one of the things that caught my eye when I was looking at your list of hazards is to not use your oven to heat your house. I think some people do it because they think it's less expensive. I didn't know that that really was a danger.
Yes, some people who are on a fixed income will try and use their oven instead of the heater because they think it uses less power. It's really not safe to do so. Many fires are started from people using ovens.
Yeah.
It just heats up for a long period of time. They're not paying attention. Things like a kitchen towel can be close to it. Stuff like that, plastics, anything on the counter or near it.
Plus, depending on how old the kitchen is or how well or poorly the oven is insulated, the cabinets surrounding the oven can heat up to a dangerous level. Last but not least, Denon says she cannot stress enough the importance of properly working smoke detectors, which minimize the risk of dying in a home fire by 50%.
So always check them, test them at least once a month, and completely replace them every 10 years. If you live in the city of Las Vegas and you cannot afford to replace them, you can call the fire department and we will come replace them for free. We want everybody who needs them to have working smoke alarms because they really do save lives.
And we'll be back with your Health Minute right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
And welcome back. Well, tomorrow is National Hugging Day, and if you've noticed you feel better after giving your partner a hug, you're not alone. In fact, a small study reveals that it can be actually helpful and help women reduce their stress.
What happening on the inside when we receive a hug is that there is a release of oxytocin. That is that feel-good chemical that when it's released, we feel bonded to those around us. There's also a decrease in cortisol, the stress hormone that pumps through our body when we feel stressed or overwhelmed.
The study examined 76 men and women who were romantically involved and found hugging helped a stress buffer for women. Interestingly, it doesn't seem to have the same impact on men. Dr. Susan Albers, who is a psychologist with Cleveland Clinic, says hugging can also be a great nonverbal way to connect. Instead of reassuring your partner through words, a hug can offer the same kind of support and feeling of reassurance. Dr. Albers says it's important to make sure your hugs don't feel routine or like a chore. You should be present in the moment. And for it to be effective, it needs to be between 5 and 10 seconds long. But what if you don't like hugging? She has some advice.
Be mindful that not everyone enjoys hugs. So if this is someone around you, a friend or family member, know that touching their hand, rubbing their back can be just as effective as giving a warm hug.
And Dr. Albers says another tip is to ask the individual first if they need a hug or are okay receiving a hug before you actually do so. I'm a very huggy person. Well, it's time to meet Blue. He is a 9-year-old pit bull who's ready for his forever home. You can see him at the Nye County Animal Shelter located at 1580 East Seary Lane here in Pahrump.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi, my name is Tasha. I'm the Animal Shelter Manager at the Nye County Animal Shelter. Today I am here with Blue. He is a blue in color, also known as gray pit bull. He is the senior boy, and unfortunately he came to us because his owner passed away recently. He's been at the shelter since December 12th. He loves to play. He's a very, very sweet, friendly dog. And you may notice that he's actually missing an eye. He came to us that way. We don't know if he had previous trauma or if he was born that way, but it's not currently causing him any discomfort and doesn't require any treatment. If you want to meet him, we ask that you come down and visit us at the shelter. We're located at 1580 East Seary Lane, across from the jail. Or you can look for more pictures on our website, which is 24petconnect.com. Please enter our zip code, which is 89060. Or you can see him featured on our Facebook. If you have any other questions, you can give us a call at 775-751-7020.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And we were just saying how Blue's adorable. All right, look at those snow-capped mountains. Is there going to be more snow or wind on the way? John's going to give us a full weather update just after this.
Is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Happy Friday. We all made it. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app, the local app you need on your phone in 2023. Hey, let's take a look at this beautiful weather map. Look at Fernley, 32 degrees, cold all day long, wasn't it? 33 out in Fallon. At least you got out of the freezing zone. Carson City and Tonopah tied for the Cool Spot Award winner with 29 degrees. Burr out in Goldfield, it's 31. Now we're talking 45 in beautiful Beatty. 53 in Amargosa makes you the Hot Spot Award winner again. Congratulations. Las Vegas close behind at 48. Death Valley hitting 60 degrees today. About the best day to be in Death Valley, don't you think? Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 44 degrees. Wow, nice. 50 just a little bit earlier. North-northwesterly winds were robust at 15 miles per hour as the sun rose this morning at 6:52 a.m. Set this evening at 4:57. Man, we're almost catching a sunrise or a sunset right now. Still a few beautiful colors out in the sky under those clear skies and beautiful star watching night as we head down to 27 degrees, our low. Humidity at 55%. You'd think there'd be clouds tomorrow, but no, look, another sunshiny day, Saturday, 53 degrees. It's a great start to a weekend. We see some clouds coming in, blowing out at 15 miles per hour on Sunday. Winds continuing on Monday, and that just clears all those clouds out. We're going to have an entire week of sunshine, and won't that be nice? Look at those temperatures getting all the way up to 58 degrees by Friday. I'm liking all of these trends. Starting to smell like spring around here, don't you think? So have a great weekend. We'll see you on the other side. And back to the desk right now. Here's Stacy.
Thanks, John. Ooh, chilly weather. I can't wait for it to warm up. Well, we do have just a little bit of time left. We want to talk about the Human Trafficking Awareness Community Forum that's coming up tomorrow, hosted by the local Pahrump Valley Seroptimus Club. It's going to be taking place from 1 to 3 p.m. over at the Nye County Commission Chambers. That's at 21 East Walt Williams Drive. The event is totally free and open to the public. It is Human Trafficking Awareness Month here in January. If you'd like more information, contact Jan. She's at 503-697-7765 for more information, or you can always email the SI Pahrump Valley President, that's sipvpresident@gmail.com. And that does it for us tonight. We hope you have a fabulous weekend. I'm Stacy Jensen, filling in for Deanna tonight. Good night.